I just competed in my first Pokemon Pocket tournament using this Blaine Deck, and now the question is it any good? Let's find out. How's it going, everyone? Today I'm going to be showcasing this Blaine Deck that I used in a recent tournament hosted by GODZLY. This was a non-EX tournament, and before we dive into the deck, I just wanted to say huge shout out to GODZLY and his team for putting this tournament together. It was a ton of fun. I can't wait for the next one, and if you haven't already, go check out his YouTube channel. He posts a ton of good Pokemon Pocket content, and yeah, with that, let's get back into the deck. So as I mentioned earlier, this was a non-EX tournament, and the main reason I chose this deck is because of Pokemon such as Ninetales and Rapidash, who are both Stage 1 Pokemon that do a ton of damage for only 2 energy. We see here Ninetales doing 90 energy for 2 damage, as well as Rapidash having the ability to do 100 damage for only 2 energy. But the main highlight of this deck comes from Blaine. This supporter card is busted. It adds 30 more damage on top of both of those attacks. So those cards are the core of this deck. I opted to bring 2 Pokemon Communications just to balance that Stage 1 Pokemon. Sometimes you might not be getting the draws you need, so this will help with that, as well as an X-Speed for a quick retreat. And I liked having Rocky Helmet and Giant Cape because key component of this deck is it is kind of squishy. They don't have a ton of health, so having that Rocky Helmet deters people from hitting you, and that Cape can sometimes push you past that threshold of not dying in a turn. So yeah. So looking at the main strengths and weaknesses for this deck, the main strengths are this deck is very fast, it is quick to get set up and online, and you are doing major damage on turn 2, and you have the potential to sweep your opponent's Pokemon before they can even get set up. And the main weakness, I would say, is the health pool. Having 90 and 100 health for these Pokemon is pretty low. However, these are not EX Pokemon, so you're only giving up 1 point, and they're very fast to set up, so it's not a huge deal breaker as you can get another one online and ready to go again. So overall, I'd probably give this deck around an 8 out of 10. It is very fun to play. It's super fast paced. You do high damage early game, so you have the potential to sweep your opponent's Pokemon before they can get set up. There's a couple of weaknesses, but they're easy to play around, and overall it's a pretty easy deck to play. So yeah. And quickly, I just wanted to show how I did in this tournament. I ended up going 5-5, so I went even. Pretty proud of that for my first tournament. Felt good. This deck, or this tournament in general, was pretty hard to predict as it was non-EX Pokemon, which typically aren't played. So there's a lot of Pokemon where I didn't really know what the moves were, so it was hard to predict my opponent's plays, but overall, I feel pretty good about how it went down, and I'm excited for the next ones. And with that, let's get into some gameplay of the deck. Alright guys, we're over here on Pocket now, and I'm going to jump into some live battles and just try and commentate my thought process and how I would play this deck. So, let's do it. Alright, we found an opponent. Let's get into it. Alright, Saturn. Going second, that is always a plus for this deck. Being able to get our energy going quicker is always nice. So starting with Ponyta here, got some good support cards. We'll be able to get some stuff set up. He's running a dark type deck with Zubat. We could see Crobat Arceus is what I'm expecting based off his player cards here. So the good thing about this Ponyta card versus the other one is that it has Stomp, which does 10 damage, or if you hit heads, it does 30 more. So we have a chance to do 40 damage on our first turn, which is always nice. I feel like that is better than the other Ponyta card that just does 20 flat every time. I feel like the opportunity for 40 damage is worth taking the 10 damage each time guaranteed. So 2 Pokeballs here, we'll be able to get some other stuff going. We're just going to use those first, and then we'll Professor Research. Grabbed another Ponyta. There's a Vulpix, which we have a Ninetales already, which is good. Now we'll research. And we're able to get a Rapidash and a Cape. Perfect. So we're going to throw our energy on our Ponyta. We're going to get a Vulpix down. I like to play most of my basics early so that I'm able to just evolve them right away once I get the other counterparts. We're going to throw our Cape on our Ponyta here just for some extra health. And then we're going to hope for a heads here. Tails, it's alright. And then next turn we will be evolving into Rapidash. So this deck is really fast. It's very quick to get online. By your second turn, you're already doing massive damage. So here we see Darkrai EX. Okay, so he's running Darkrai, Crobat potentially. So Rapidash again, dealing 40 damage, flipping heads, has the opportunity to do 60 more damage. So in this deck, the gamble card is your Rapidash. It's based off coin flips. Vulpix is going to be your more stable 90 damage every time. However, you're discarding an energy with that card, so it's harder to build up your other cards. So both cards have their pros and cons, but both are able to do big damage by your second turn, which is nice. Okay, Rocky Helmet, perfect. So we're going to evolve our Rapidash here. Throw our other energy on it. We'll get our Ninetales up as well. Perfect. And then I think what we'll do here is we do have our Sabrina, but I think I'm going to save that. We'll just do some chip damage into this Darkrai. We don't want him to get online, so I kind of want to destroy that first. So, see if the coin flip, it is good. That's 100 damage on our second turn. That is the beauty of this deck. It is very fast, heavy damage, quickly. So we'll see what he does here. If he retreats, we will Sabrina him back in, but he's going to heal. That puts him over that threshold. Okay, he's double healing, grabbing a cape as well. So we are going to need another heads. And he is ready to do 80 damage next turn. But luckily, since we are on Rapidash and this card doesn't discard energy, we can start building up our Ninetales. And we pull a Blaine here. Blaine ultimately isn't going to help us here for this card, because if we Blaine, we're only doing 70 damage. So 70 is our threshold with Rapidash. So we need a heads to kill this either way. So we're not going to Blaine that. We'll save our Blaine for our Ninetales. And yeah, here we'll just go for another attack. We get heads again, which is huge. So we'll be able to destroy this Darkrai. He's invested all his energy into that, so we have a really good lead here. Perfect. See what he does here, see if he has Crobat, but even if he does, I believe that card is 2 energy. Oh, he brings back his Darkrai. I've not seen that card full art yet. This is a cool card. Okay, interesting deck this guy's running. So we'll see what he does here. I don't think he can do too much. I think he's going to try and retreat this Golbat into his Darkrai. But we will just Sabrina. Yeah, we can... Oh, he stays in. Interesting. Yeah, so we just win here off of Blaine. Blaine will just kill him here, but we'll just throw these down for fun. Now we're going to be doing 70 damage guaranteed with our Rapidash, and that is going to be the game. We hit heads either way, so 130 damage. We got lucky with our coin flips that game. But yeah, that is the beauty of that deck. Super fast, heavy damage from turn 2. And it's very simple once you get into it. Alright, we have found another opponent here. Let's see how this goes. Are going second again. That is big for this deck. And we have an electric deck that we're facing. Okay, so here we have the option of going Ponyta or Vulpix. We do see we have a Rapidash in our deck as well, so I think I'm going to opt for the Ponyta route here. And here we go. He's running Snorlax. I wonder what this deck is. I wonder what his electric type is. So, Snorlax, 140 health. Big, chunky boy. We're going to try and chip through him. He will one-tap us no matter what. So we need a cape. We aren't in danger of him attacking anytime soon, so I'm going to save that Rocky Helm for now. We're just going to start with some chip damage. Don't really need to communicate because we're going to use that Rapidash next turn. So, okay, that is big. Big. So we're going to be doing 40 damage turn 1. So that is why this card is great. And this will put Snorlax at that 100 HP threshold, which is what we're able to do next turn if we get heads. So that is big. He is going to Sabrina us. That is a good move by him. So what we're worried about is him using Berry. Berry is a new card from the new set that allows him to attack with only 2 energy. So we are a little bit nervous for that. But shoot. Would have loved to destroy him that turn, but now we are going to have to wait a turn. But that's okay. I think we put a Rocky Helm on Vulpix just in case this tail flip doesn't hit. So he will get some chip damage. And then we are going to evolve our Rapidash here. And then go into Tail Whip. And we'll retreat next turn. I don't want him to kill my Rapidash right now, is what I'm thinking, if he has that Berry card. But perfect, Rapidash, or Vulpix is going to be fine. He won't be able to attack. And we have the potential to destroy his Snorlax next turn with our Rapidash. We do have a cape for our Rapidash, which is huge as well. Okay, this is big. This is going to put us over that 100 HP, or 100 damage that he's going to do to us. So it's going to take him 2 turns to kill us, which is massive. I'm also going to communicate our Ponyta trying to get a Ninetales for our Vulpix. So let's see what we pull here. Pull another Vulpix. I think I'm going to do the same thing. Just run it back, try and get a Ninetales again. Let's see. We do pull a Ninetales, which is big. Awesome. Okay, now we're going to go with the same plan still, because we don't want our Ninetales to die. Rapidash is going to be fine next turn, so we are going to retreat, go into Rapidash, throw our energy on him. We'll evolve our Ninetales here. And then we are going to use Rising Lunge and pray for the heads. We got it. Okay, that's big. And that showcases how this deck is just able to sweep so fast. We killed him on our 3rd turn and won the game. Perfect. So that really showcases how fast this deck can be and how you can just quickly mow through your opponent. Alright guys, hopefully you learned something about the Blaine deck here. If you liked any of this content, make sure to subscribe, like, leave a comment. It all helps my channel. I appreciate you all for watching the video, and have a great one.